it well. Played it very, very, very well indeed.
No more slices for you.
Oh, look at that for judgment.
You'll learn.
Hello everybody, welcome to Slice, sponsored by True Linkswear. We've got a special bonus episode for you today, and I know we've been promising one of these for a while, but I can tell already by the quality of the connection here with Eugenio Chacarra, we're not going to have any problems with this one. So I hope you enjoy the following 45 minutes or so, and we're really grateful as ever to have another player join us on the podcast. Eugenio, nice to meet you. How are you doing?
Nice to meet you guys. Thanks for having me, and yeah, excited for the chat.
Well, look, you're on here at a great time because you've had a cracking season. So we're going to come to that and we're going to talk about all things golf, really, as much as we can cram in. But the really important stuff, I suppose, this summer to begin with has been the World Cup. And tough though it was for us Englishmen to take again, for you, it must have been great. So congratulations. Where were you watching the final?
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun to watch the guys get it done, and yeah, watch all the games. Obviously, the final was the Sunday at the Open. So it was fun. I obviously playing the weekend on my first Open was fun, and then just capping the week with Spanish winning the second World Cup. It was amazing, and yeah, I'm a big soccer fan, and yeah, it was awesome to see how the guys did. I think they played great. All the defense was amazing all tournament, and I think we played the semifinals and the finals pretty good. So it was fun, and it was a great time for our country for sure.
Yeah, I think our country had switched support to you for the final as well, to be honest with you. So we were happy enough in the end.
Yeah, I was supporting England too. That makes you any happier.
Well, there we go. Thank you. We need all the help we can get. I heard you used to play football to a good standard yourself, right?
Yeah. I grew up obviously in Spain. Soccer and football is the most important sport, and I grew up playing it. I loved it. I play I would say a good level, and then I got hurt when I was 13 or something on my wrist, and I decided to kind of like, when I came back after like 2 months, I started being a little on the bench and stuff, and I was like, I don't really want to depend on a coach to put me in or not. And I was also playing golf at that time. I was like, I think I'm gonna stick to golf, and that's when I made the decision, and I think it was a good decision for me.
And you used to have the son of Raul on the bag, did you not? How did that come about?
Yeah, obviously I was good friends with with his oldest son, Jorge. We're the same age, and we had a friend group in common. And then his middle one was really into golf. And when I left LIV and I had a year suspension on the PGA Tour, I only had Asian Tour status, and I wasn't gonna play that much. It was just a year of practice and stuff. I didn't really want to commit to a caddy because I didn't know how many weeks I was gonna get. And he was one of my friends. We watched golf a lot together. We talk, and I was like, "Why you not come do a couple of weeks, the only weeks I would have?" And then obviously we won on the DP World Tour in India, and everything really changed. Instead of having a couple of weeks, we needed to go a lot. So it was great. It was a great experience for both of us, and I think we had a great year. We were still really close, and obviously it wasn't the job he dreamed of or anything. He was just trying to help a buddy, and we stopped doing it. But he was awesome, and very grateful for what he did for me, and just come travel the world with me with a friend was a fun experience.
So he's moved on from caddying. He doesn't caddy for anyone else.
He studied like management in school and stuff. So he was wanting to be like a manager agency, like his old brother does, and Raul has a manager agency like soccer wise and stuff. So he went to do that now. He's actually working for Allianz Sports. That's like they manage Angel Ayora, like Javier Ballesteros is on it, like, so he's working right now for them, like kind of getting experience, and I think he's gonna kill it. He's a great guy, he's a smart guy, and I think he's enjoying the golf. He's doing golf and paddle, I think, a little, so he's liking that now, a little less travel, and if he travels, it's only for a couple days. He can be back home with his girlfriend and family, and it's been a great transition for him.
Okay, that's good to know. So football is obviously, as you said, the biggest sport in Spain, probably by some margin. Can you give us an idea of how big golf is now, and do you get the sense that it's growing?
Yeah, it's for sure growing. I think we had like in the last couple of years almost 50,000 more federations in just Madrid. That's kind of when I'm from and what I know and I got more close to. So it's for sure growing. I think everyone's starting to enjoy golf. I think since COVID happened, it's when it came from like not a lot of people playing it to a lot of people start playing it because it was one of kind of the first sports that you could do and go outside and not be very close to people and stuff. So I think that was the year where golf started growing, and now everyone's starting like funny wise. Like my friends when I was little, my group friend were like, "Oh, golf, that's so boring, whatever." Well, now everyone's starting and they're getting the bag of starting playing. They get 24, 25 years old and they start the bag of like, "Oh, let's go play." Like they play in my office. Like if you play good, you can play on Fridays and like go do business in the golf course and all that stuff. So yeah, I can see the golf growing, and I think we're only going up from here. Like it's a tremendous sport. It gives you a lot of values. It gives you how tough life is. Like even for us as a pros, there's a day that you're hitting it great, and then the next day something happens and you're not as good. And you're like, well, this is the beauty of golf. Even when you win a tournament, you're like, okay, I can still do these things big, well, yeah, better, and I can work on these things to feel better. While in other sports, like when you win, you normally did everything pretty good. So it's just a great sport, and I mean, obviously, like I always tell people they should start trying it because it just humbles you a lot, and it just like teaches you a lot of stuff in life that's very important.
Yeah, it humbles some of us more than others for sure. Um, were there any particular Spanish players who inspired you when you were growing up to take up golf?
Yeah, I mean, for sure, Save. Like, I mean, I got lucky enough that my dad is from that part of the country in Spain, Santander, and I was all my summers. Like, I basically started my summers in going with the kids in Pedreña. That's where I have camps and everything. So I obviously grew up with the Seve legacy and all he did for the game of golf, and saw it in person. I got lucky enough that I met him a couple times. I went to see his trophy case a couple times. So he's definitely my idol and who the most inspired me to play golf and hopefully be like him one day. Obviously, it's really hard to achieve all he did and how he played the game of golf, but if I can just put my name like I did on the KLM by his name, is something that was very special for me. And yeah, he's probably my idol Spanish wise. And then obviously I need to say Tiger. Tiger was in his peak when I was 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, and that's where I watched most of TV golf wise, and that's where Tiger was dominating. So I'll say Seven and Tiger are my two best idols.
Pretty good ones to have. You mentioned the KLM there, Eugenio. I want to come on to Italy in a minute, but is that shot to 18 the best you've ever hit? It's got to be up there, right?
It's up there. It's up there. But like I said it before. I think the shot I hit on 17 was actually also really good. Like I make a bogey on 16 from the middle of the fairway with a wedge that we thought we hit a good wedge. It spun back to a bad spot, and then obviously with Oliver making par on 17 and had 18 as a par five, we knew like okay, that's a tough pin. It's all the way back. It's a 5 iron cross wind, and like go after making a bogey and not bearing the par five, go ahead and hit the swing that I did over there. It was great. And then 18, I think it was an amazing shot, but I would give some more credit to the driver. Like we were 25 minutes on the tee box because of the manifest going on. They didn't know what really was going to happen and what they were going to do. So those 25 minutes, like then Oliver hits a little on the rough, bounce out, and then hits almost the green. So you're knowing like you're like from the tee, you're seeing all that happening, and you're like, well. And now it looks like I need to make a par to go to a playoff and a birdie to win the tournament. So step in with that cross win after 20 minutes without hitting a shot and hit the shot that I hit. It was awesome. And then when I get to the fairway, I had a good number, and I was like, okay, well, it's just like you need to hit a good shot, because if you kind of like feel it right, you're gonna have a hard up and down. And I didn't want to go to extra holes, so I was like, I'm gonna just commit to the shot and started right at it and let the wind go. And I hit it a little lower than I wanted, so it didn't really fade much. So it came out very nice, but just to under pressure, and after that all that pressure, because obviously I didn't won in like 10 months after that, and like when you want to win again and you've been playing great and great golf, like to do those swings under pressure, 17 and 18, those three swings I did, that gave me a lot of confidence, and obviously it's been like that for the next couple tournaments.
Did you surprise yourself winning in those conditions so early in your career? Because it was really windy. It's a sort of linksy type golf course, and I guess you went to college in Oklahoma, right? It's always windy there.
Well, yeah, I just know that when I'm playing my best, I'm one of the best players in the world, and I believe that. I'm a player that when I get out there, I believe I can beat, doesn't matter who it is, I work really hard every day to hopefully be the best player in the world in the future. And I already was one of the best, I was probably the best in Spain with my age, and I was the best in Europe, and I went to college golf, and I was the best in the world. Well, I was number two in the world, but number one was Keita that played only in Japan. So you could say I was number one in the world too, and I was one of the best in college golf. So when I changed to pro, like I transitioned to pro, now my goal is to be the best professional golfer in the world. So I just work as hard as I can every single day to get to there. Obviously, I have a lot of work to go to. There is tremendous level and tremendous players ahead of me. I'm 61 in the world, so I always say I have 60 spots to go. So it's just a transition of like learning and getting better. But obviously, winning on those conditions, and like obviously I won already 5 times as a professional, and I won in pretty much every kind of position and different type of courses. So that gives me confidence that I can compete. Doesn't matter how the conditions are the course are. So it's just like giving me confidence that what I'm working on it's going in the right direction. I think that was the key for me. Getting it done in KLM, it frees me up so much that then obviously I got it done in Italy too, and I'm sure if I gonna have a couple more chances here to the end of the season, that all that it will give me some experience to hopefully get a couple more coming down the stretch now.
And Italy must be as close to a complete performance as you've produced so far, right? I mean, that was watching that on Sunday. It was a lot more dominant in the end than the KLM, and you could relax a little down 18, I guess.
Yeah, I think obviously Kellen was until the end, and to be fair, like until hole 15 that I make that eagle, I hit that three wood. Matt was playing some tremendous golf too. I mean, I think he was 600 bogey free, and I was 600 bogey free too. So 500 bogey free. Like we were both playing great. It was a head matchup with two of the best players in the world, him and Joaco. So just to see. To give myself that I can be on that standard, and I can with some pressure I can perform the way I perform also gave me a lot of confidence. Obviously, I'm playing the best golf of my career right now. My swing feels as good as I ever felt. Like, and I think my team is very motivated. We're working really hard. So it's just like I said when we finish. It's time to not relax. Time to keep pushing. Time to working even harder because we're not as far as we think of being one of the best in the world. So obviously still need to get better and a lot of stuff. But I'm closing and closing the margin every single day.
You've all but guaranteed yourself a PGA Tour card for next year, which I think you've been clear was one of your main goals for this year. And have you allowed yourself to think ahead to potentially being on the PGA Tour next year and any events that you might be looking forward to?
Yeah, obviously that's the goal that we sit down as a team and say like what we need to do to get the PGA Tour card. That's the main goal. I dream of playing on the PGA Tour, and that's what I wanted this year. I wanted to prove everyone wrong that I belong out here and I belong in DP World Tour. Obviously, as a European, I'm gonna play in Europe as much as I can. I love going back to Europe. I love the type of courses. I love the DP World Tour. They're doing a tremendous job, and it's an amazing tour. But we all dream of being with the best players of the world week in and week out. So yeah, obviously it's nice to know that I already pretty much got the points enough to secure my tour card. But I just need to focus on what I control. That's been the theme on our team. Just focus on what we can control. We're not on the PGA Tour right now. We won't get on the PGA Tour until the last, like hopefully until Dubai. And so we need to focus on what we have in our calendar, in our head right now, and that's what we're doing. We're preparing for the tournaments. I'm gonna play a lot of golf. I'm gonna play I think there's 13 weeks left, and I'm gonna play 12. I'm only gonna skip one, so
Wow.
there's gonna be a lot of golf in front of me. I gotta obviously after winning, my goals kind of change a little. I want to finish top 50 in the world at the end of the year to get me into my first Masters. I want to have a chance to win the race to Dubai. I'm not as far as we think. If with good golf now that there is a lot of points, I can take advantage. So I know Rory and Patrick we might not play that much. So if I can play as much as possible and get as much points of I can for them to give me a chance on the finals. That's what one of my goals is. So yeah, I'm gonna play a lot of golf. These 3 weeks has been like a little preseason for me and the team that we didn't have that much on the all year. So I feel great. I feel we're doing the good work, and yeah, we're focusing. Obviously, we have in our mind that we secure our PGA Tour card, and that's something like I put some weight out of me. So now I just need to go perform some play free and go try to get the other goals. Obviously, we know there's a Ryder Cup next year too. There's a lot of goals that we all have in mind as the Europeans that we dream of. So I think I just need to keep working hard, and hopefully we can perform as good as we have been doing. So that will get me to complete some goals and some dreams I had since I was little.
Just taking you back to something you just said a minute ago that struck me. You said to prove people wrong that you could do that. Who are you proving wrong? Like, I feel like,
Obviously, I got a lot of criticism when I was the number 2 player in the world and player of the year, and I was going to be number 1 at PGA Tour University when I went to LIV. And then when I decided to not continue on LIV, a lot of people are saying that I didn't have a chance. I have a chance. I could have go to the Q school. I had talks with other captains. I just thought me and my team. I was not motivated. It was not where I wanted to be, and I saw a lot of other players playing on the PGA Tour and DP World Tour that with wins their life kind of changed. Like, even though my life kind of changed this year, I won in Italy and I played the Open Championship. That's a dream that we all have of playing major golf. So I just thought it was time for me to leave, and a lot of people said that I was done, that I wasn't good enough, I wasn't gonna get that I was great in college, but I wasn't good at more anymore. I couldn't compete on LIV, even though I won individually. That not a lot of people has done it, but like how the talks are and how people like to talk. So that gave me more motivation to work hard, to prove them wrong. And now I'm probably one of the best players on the DP World Tour, and hopefully we can be one of the best players on the world on the PGA Tour in a couple of years.
You mentioned the Ryder Cup there, Eugenio. Obviously, a fine Spanish tradition in the Ryder Cup through Jose Maria and Sevi and into Sergio, and then more recently John. I mean, is it hard for you to keep that at the back of your mind as an outcome goal when I'm sure it would mean so much to you, potentially even playing with John, such a big opportunity?
Yeah, it'll be awesome. I mean, we're lucky enough as a country that we had created and generated amazing golfers, like you said, Jose Maria, Seve, Sergio, now John, and there's a lot of other young guys coming too, and myself. So we all dream of being a part of the Ryder Cup. I mean, I feel like everyone as a golf fans, we watch that event, and it's probably with the Masters the event that you're more hype about. So yeah, obviously it would be awesome to be in a Ryder Cup team. Like I said, I think I belong out there. Obviously, I have still a lot to prove. So. But I mean, after this season and having good tournaments and good results and making cut a major, being able to compete with all of them, just giving myself some confidence to work hard, to keep working hard, and hopefully I can finish the season strong. And yeah, we'll see where that take me. I think like good golf takes you to whatever you don't think it will take you. And all I can focus is what I can control. Obviously, there is a tremendous European players. Only 12 guys make it, so there is a lot of competition and a lot of great players ahead of me or like me. So I know everyone wants it as bad as I do. So I just need to work hard, and hopefully I can perform at the level I know I can in the right moment and the right moments to hopefully have a chance to make the team.
Obviously, that would mean representing Europe. In terms of representing Spain, something you did obviously as an amateur a lot. I'm curious particularly when we talk to younger golfers, how much the Olympics enters your consciousness as well. Because for those, Sam and I are old men by now. So for us, when we were watching golf as youngsters, it wasn't a thing. It wasn't an opportunity. I'm sure you watch Brazil and maybe Japan as well. And has that become something that sort of slopped in as well?
I always love representing my country. I had lucky enough that I represented a lot European or World Cup or World Junior events, and like I played in Japan when I was 18, representing Spain in that Nagoya World Junior. I play in European Absolute, and I play with European boys, everything, and it's also awesome, and it's great to represent your country. The Olympics it's also probably a great event. It's growing, and everyone, seeing all the good players also going. So in Scotty did what he did in Gold National to get the gold medal. I think it's another great event, another event that if I have the chance to compete, I would love to be there and love to represent my country. And yeah, it's like I said, there is so many good stuff that comes with good golf and everything. But at the end of the day, we know how good Spanish players are. We know that there's John, there is David Puig, there is Angel Ayora, there is myself. I mean, Jose Levaester. There is a lot of young guys coming too. So I need to focus on work hard and control what I can control, and see if when the Olympics year comes here, see if I'm up on the rankings and I'm playing my best golf to represent Spain. Will be an honor for me, and I will be something that I'll for sure go and do.
You mentioned John and David Puig as well there. couple of guys who went to a different college in the US. I was curious what made you choose Oklahoma State. Was Arizona seems to go for a lot of Spaniards. I wondered if there was an offer from them, but why did you end up where you did?
Well, and to be fair, Arizona State told me I wasn't good enough when I was 17 years old to play for them, and that is something that I'm a guy that doesn't forget, you know. So that is something that when I played great freshman year at Wake Forest, and I was one of the best in college, I had a chance to go to Arizona State, and I was definitely not going to go there. It's a tremendous university. So much respect to them. I mean, they create amazing golfers. But for me, if you didn't trust me I was good enough back in the moment, you know, for me you kind of like lose a little motivation of going there. So I wanted to go somewhere that I thought I was going to get better, someone that I thought I could finish my degree, somewhere that my mom told me, like, even though if you're going to turn pro you're going to need to graduate, and that's some promise I did to my mom, and I was going to and I did that. Obviously I graduated, I did the walk, she was there and she was really proud of me, like having my double major. And obviously at Wake Forest it was a great university, but the academics was really tough for a Spaniard, that English wasn't their first language, and I wanted to do something with finance too. That's what I liked, and that's what I wanted to do. And the business school at Wake Forest was too hard, so when I decided to transfer, and I had that great year at Wake Forest, and I become I don't know, top 20 on World Amateur ranking back in the day when I was a freshman. I had a lot of options to pretty much every school to go to, and I had a good chat with Austin Eckrock, Victor Hovland. All these guys were graduating and leaving. And Oklahoma State, I think that year when I was transferring, they obviously won NCAAs, and then they lost 4 of their 5 starters. So I had a chance to go play in a university that they created a lot of good players. And I think we have like 30 guys around every tour right now. And it was just a legacy. When I came into campus, and when I went to Carson Creek, I was like, yeah, this is, I think, where I can get better. This is where I want to change from being a top 30 amateur in the world to the best in the world. I have the facilities to practice. I can practice as much as I want while I also get my degree. And yeah, as soon as I got into Oklahoma State, and then obviously the coaches, Donnie Dar and Alan were awesome to me. And like I always said, I wouldn't be where I am without Oklahoma State and without those guys. So I still live here in Oklahoma. I go there as much as I can, and they're always trying to help me and make me better. And it's a special program, and it's a program that I always recommend to everyone. Obviously, Stillwater might not be the most fun city or university, but just what the golf can offer you. If you love golf and you want to be one of the best players in the world, what Oklahoma State has and those 2 coaches is something that I don't think anyone in the country has. And yeah, and that's why numbers prove them. You know, like they have so many guys out there, and they keep generating new guys. You know, the #1 amateur in the world was Preston Stout. He's over there. I play with him and practice all the time around here. He's going to be another great player. He's going to give us a lot of wins and a lot of to talk to. And yeah, it's just they keep generating stars, and that's because they do something right.
I mean, we've spoken to a few golfers who've got that transition to the PGA Tour to handle. I guess it must help you, right? That you're based there already, and that it's not going to feel totally new to you when you start next year, right?
Yeah, that's another thing. That's why I say I want to be on the PGA Tour. You know, I love the USA. My girlfriend's from here. My friends are from here. I've been here since I was 18 years old. The coaches are here. My workout coach is here. Like this feels like home to me. You know, so that the traveling will be way easier. The courses are more. I'm more used to the grass from here than back in Europe. Like this is where I have played my last 5 years, 6 years. So that's gonna be something that I don't think other Europeans have when they get their card. That's gonna be on my advantage, you know. And yeah, I'm excited. I think I can belong on the PGA Tour. I think my game translates good to the PGA Tour. And yeah, I mean, obviously I had a great college career playing in the US, so hopefully I will have a great professional career playing in the US too.
We've seen the success of, well, Jackson Koiven very recently, but obviously Ludwig Oberg and others. Can you give us a sense of how well the college system prepares golfers to turn pro?
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I think Jackson won his 3rd start. I won on LIV in my 4th start. You know, that's how good college golf is right now. The level in college golf is outstanding. They're all ready to go out and beat you. You know, they also believe it. You know, and yeah, I mean, they have all you want. The university provides. Now with the NLI deal, they have also money. They can buy stuff. They can get better. They get everything they want to become one of the best players in the world. So I think college golf is growing. Everyone that plays college golf they have a chance to be good. And yeah, we see obviously what Jackson did. It's something amazing to play under that pressure, come the best, like being chased by the number one player in the world and just perform like he did. Like it was impressive. I didn't never play with him, but what I watched on TV, I mean, he might be the best putter in the world. It was just super fun to watch. Obviously, he hit it great, but I mean, every putt he hit had a chance to go in. And when he needed to make the putt, to make a putt, to make a par from 10, 15 feet on 9, on 18, or whatever, he just drained them dead center perfect speed. So do that under that pressure. It tells you how good of the young guys are, how good are they coming. Like I said, I don't know Jackson that good, but I have the chance to play with Preston and practice with him a lot, and he's like that. Like he does everything pretty good. He has nothing that he needs to really change to be one of the best players in the world out here on the DP World Tour or the PGA Tour. So yeah, they're coming. We all know that, and that's just give us motivation to the young guys a little older than them to keep working hard, because like you can't relax. Like it's just so much level. College golf are preparing them so good. They have the chance to play great events. They play, I don't know, pretty much every day. If they're not in tournaments, they qualify, so they're always in competition. They're always in rhythm competition, and they're getting better at each other. Like I mean, Oklahoma State I think has 3 guys on their lineup or 4 that they're top 10 double a wagger for them. So they're all very good, and that's just them. They're making them better and better and better every day.
Yeah, a lot of them are American as well, so we need some more from our neck of the woods to make
I
sure the
agree. I
Ryder
mean, look at
Cup's.
this guy, Philip. That he's really good. He's getting better. I mean, he's going to be a junior, and I think he's going to be a really good player. He's tall, he's strong, he's starting to get better at the things he wasn't doing very good, and yeah, I think he has a chance to be great too. But yeah, obviously. Yeah, they have more Americans, and hopefully we can start generating a little more Europeans for us to be safe on the Ryder Cup in a couple years.
Have every faith. We're just going to take you back a little bit to when you turned pro and joined LIV, Eugenio. Was there any decision to be made there in terms of, I believe through your PGA Tour University ranking, you could have gone to the Corn Ferry Tour. At that particular time, was that even a decision of the two, or was it kind of
It's like
straightforward?
when I was number one on that PGA University by a while, the number one didn't really go to the PGA Tour, and then the number one get you. I was lucky enough the year before Austin Eckert finished third on that ranking, and he only got a couple tournaments, and you don't start playing good, and then you have no status, no anything. So at the moment, as a European, that they offer you the money that they did, and they changed your life for me. I mean, it was something I really needed to take. I sit down with the coaches, and they told me, dude, like they're just saving you for life for your family right now and for your future family. It's something that you need to take. You need to go learn from Sergio. That's one of the best Spanish players in the world. I had lucky enough that I played there for 3 years. I won individually. I won 5, 6 times as a team. I learned a lot of the best players in the world too. But my time was done. I knew what I went there. I went there to get better, to learn from the best players in the world, to play a lot of golf courses, but mainly was because of the money, and I'm very grateful for the thing they did for me. Obviously, as a 24-year-old, to own all the stuff that I own, to have life secure, to being able to travel to create a team, to be able to have 8 people working for me to make me better, and have no worries about having money to pay them, or if I need to make a cut to pay my expenses. All that stuff takes me a lot of pressure when I'm out there playing. So yeah, I always said it, I will not change my decision. I think my 3 years of LIV were important too. I learned a lot. It changed my life in a lot of ways also, and I'm just grateful for the opportunity they gave me. And I guess I played great at the right time when they needed players, and they were playing players a lot of money, and yeah, it was awesome. And yeah, like I said, I don't reject my decision, and I think everything happens for a reason, and I'm where I want to be right now.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to have worked out really well for you. When it came to leaving, was that a difficult decision? Was there other offers to stay, or had your mind been made up by that time that this was a
I
fixed
mean,
term for you?
yeah, I mean, it was just very clear. I feel like when the offer got to me and we talked about it and stuff, it was something that I couldn't pass, just for my own good, for my family, for my future family, and everything. So yeah, I think it was a decision. Obviously, when it came, I put it down with the people that I trust, my family, my coaches at Oklahoma State, and we were all on the same page. So it was an easy decision, and I think it was the right decision for me.
And just when you left as well, was it just as clear cut really that you were like, right, my time's up, time to go
That
and go
was,
the
I
DP
mean, I
World
would say
Tour route?
that was a little tougher, but that's where I have my team, and I trust my team. I got lucky enough that my two cousins, that they're older than me, and I grew up with them. I trust them 100%, and they've been with me since I turned pro. And it's when, like, hey, I don't think you're being happy. I don't think you're in a good mood. Never, like, you've never been like this. You love golf. You're not practicing as much as you used to. I think you lose motivation after winning and after doing how you did, and nothing really changed. And the money you already have, I think we need to go try what you dream of. You always said you wanted to be the best player in the world. You always said you wanted to win majors. You always said you want to be winning, playing Ryder Cups. And where we are right now, we can't really accomplish. We don't know what's going to happen out here in the future. I don't know if it's going to grow and then you can get it. But right now, and this year or next year, it doesn't look like you can get the things that you dream of. So it's time for you to move out. You have the chance to move out. Your contract's up. We don't need to talk to anyone. We don't need to go to the Q school or anything. We can do our own path. And then when they told me that, and went to my bed and think about it, I was like, it's right. Like, I have money now. Nothing is gonna, like, having more money is not gonna really change my life. I already have life secure. Now I want to go and get better, be one of the best players in the world, and dream of on winning tournaments of that I watched on TV growing up and playing Ryder Cups and playing majors. So it was a conversation. When I had that conversation, it clicked on me. I was like, yep, this is what I want to do. Obviously, it wasn't easy. It was some tough times. I didn't have where to play. I didn't really want to play in Asia all the time because living in the United States was a lot of traveling. But when that conversation had, I was like, okay, well, we're gonna work hard. We're gonna outwork everyone, and we're gonna prove to everyone what you're capable of, that you already proved in the past. And watch what we did. And I went to the tournaments in Kenya. I played great, and then I went to India in a tough course and won. And obviously, since that, I've been working really hard, and I've been putting some good scores and some results, and it's getting me to obviously top six in the world right now, and hopefully we can keep getting better and keep going up on the rankings.
And what was the reception like when you first came to play on the DP World Tour after you left Liv? Was the reception with the other players good? Did any of the Spanish
Yeah,
players take you under
it
their
was
wing?
it was great. It was great. Like, obviously, I think everyone will understand my position when, as a 22-year-old kid, they give you all the money that they do. It's hard to say no. So they were all nice. I'm lucky enough that there's a lot of Spaniards on the DP World Tour, like you said, and they all were really nice to me, and they were all trying to show me around. And obviously, when I won, that changed my life and my career. We're not having where to play to be a winning on the DP World Tour, win your category, get into the Rolex Series, get into Scottish Open, getting to the final in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. All that stuff kind of changed my schedule and my career. And yeah, they all been great. I'm always been super supportive and trying to help. I love the DP World Tour. I'm gonna try to play there as much as possible I can. If I get my PGA Tour card, I'm gonna try to come back as much as possible. And yeah, it's a tour that I love. It's a tour that, as a European, I grew up watching. And yeah, we're lucky enough that we got, I don't know, I think 13 Spaniards right now with the tour car or whatever.
Mm.
So we're a lot of them, and when the LIV guys play, we're even more. So it's just a fun tour to be around. I have a lot of friends out there, and they've always been great to me, and always we all try to help each other.
Yeah, and staying on the topic of Liv briefly. So we heard recently that the PIF are withdrawing their funding, and Liv may not continue to exist beyond this year. That's not known yet. But did this come as a surprise to you that the funding has been pulled and that it may be reaching an end?
To be fair, I don't know. When I left, Live was done for me. It was a fair in life that it was done, and I was focusing on what wanted to be, where I can control. And I didn't really, like, I got still buddies that play on Live, like Taylor Gooch, Matthew Wolf, Peter Uline, Oklahoma State guys. But when I'm with them, I don't really ask. I'm just asked about their families, about their game, and how life is. And it's just, I mean, it's just another tour. Like I said, I'm very grateful to it, and it was great for me. And like, those guys like it. So I mean, hopefully they can figure out. I have no idea or no insights of what's going to happen or not. I feel like you read something different every single day, but hopefully they can figure out. They went there for a reason. They like it out there. They're playing out there, and it's like there's still a lot of great players there. I mean, there is a lot of amazing talent, a lot of young guys, and there's obviously a lot of amazing talents of old guys. So hopefully they can figure out. I think there's space for everyone. But like, I want to play against the best players in the world. I want to go week on and week out playing against the best players in the world, and to make history. That's for me right now is the PGA Tour, and that's where I want to be. I don't know what's going to happen to LIV or what is happening, but hopefully they can figure out. And if not, I mean, I'm more happy for them to be back on the PGA Tour and DP World Tour. I want to compete with everyone. I want to beat everyone, and I want to be one of the best with everyone out there. I don't want to win a tournament and set John Brown, Bryson, Cam Smith, David Puig, Joaquin Niemann. They were not there. I'm like think they're all great players, and I think if they have a chance to prove themselves, they're gonna prove themselves that they belong out there too. So hopefully they can figure out, and if not, like I think there's space for everyone to like I did. Like I think you don't need to earn it. They can't just give it to you, but I feel like they're amazing players, and they will go do that, and they will earn themselves out there too.
My last LIV adjacent question, I promise. As someone who's played on both LIV and a DP World Tour, are there things that you think, the DP World Tour could incorporate this from LIV and it'd be better, or things that you think actually LIV have got wrong they could have done better? Or
I mean, I just think it's just a completely different vibe, so it's just hard to say that, like on LIV, you're more like music, more like there's no rules, there's more like fans can just go drink, have fun, there's no cut, you have security time. Like on the DP World Tour, there's obviously different rules, like, I mean, I don't know, like you don't play in shorts like we did on LIV. Like there's all the different stuff, there's a cut, there's a morning and an afternoon tea time. So it's hard to compare, I think they're both great tours. I think they do it their way. I don't know what's wrong or right. I love the DP World Tour, so obviously I'm a little biased now. I mean, I won 3 times there. I have a lot of friends. They treat me amazing. The stuff on the DP World Tour, the courses, how they prepare everything, it's awesome. So, but I think they're both great tours. Like obviously you like one thing or other, depends of how you are as a person. But yeah, I mean, I think the DP World Tour is growing. We're getting better. There's been coming more talent. There's some more sports sponsors coming. The PGA Tour is keep helping the DP World Tour to grow, and I think it's just really fun to see, and really fun how like I mean, obviously this is my first full season on the DP World Tour, but from last year to this year, you can see also how much better it's getting. Like just not like the courses setups, how the courses conditions are, the new courses that we're going, they're better than the last year courses. Just how they treat family, the player lounges, everything I think is getting better, and it's just fun to see, and I'm glad that I'm a member of the DP World Tour.
Well, we're going to round off, Eugenio, with just some questions about your game and the rest of the year, and then Sam will throw some topical highest bidder question at you. But first of all, I mean, you seem to play the game really fast. That's one of the striking things about watching you. Obviously, it's hard on television sometimes to really get a sense of that. Do you feel like a fast player? And has that always been the case? Would you struggle to slow down, or is it adaptable?
No, I mean, I feel like I'm a very fast player, but it comes from the ball striking wise, and then when it gets to chipping and putting, I'm pretty average. I like to take my time more over there. But when I ball striking, I mean, what is much to think about? Like when I see people taking 3 hours, it's like, okay, you have a distance, you have the wind, and you just need to go hit the shot. Like, so for me, it's just very simple. Okay, I mean, if I'm going to miss a shot, I'm going to miss it if I take 1 minute or if I take 20 seconds. Like I talk to my caddy, where's the line, what is the shot, where is the wind coming, and when I know those 3 things, I just try to go and do the swing that I've been working all in the range on the prior to the tournament, or even in at home. Like that. I feel like it's like when you go to an exam, when you know everything, you tend to take less time than when you actually didn't study. So it's kind of like the same thing for me as a player. Like around the greens, there can be a little more thoughtful, like, okay, how is this going to break, how is this going to release, like is it actually breaking a little more left on the middle, it's not. So I understand people that takes a little more time, or even myself there. But when you have a driver, I mean, you know where you need to hit it, you know where the wind is, and you decide. So for me, in that sense, I mean, there's not much to think about. Okay, we're going to hit a draw 3-wood that we're going to start at the bunker, and the wind's coming from 5 o'clock. So that you just go and hit it. So that's how I am. That's how I learned the game of golf. That's how they tried to teach us at Oklahoma State. I was a little slower when I went to Oklahoma State, but Oklahoma State coaches, and that's why I feel like every Oklahoma State goes towards a fast route. Ricky is pretty fast. Victor is really fast. Wolf is very fast. I'm fast. It's just like they teach you, okay, just pick a shot, hit it, and go from there. And that's what I got learned, like what I got taught off, and I think I love it. It gives me doubts out of my mind. It gets me not seeing danger and just trusting what my caddy and myself decide, and go put a good swing. Obviously I put some good and bad swings like everyone does, but that's not because I take less or more time.
It's a great attitude to have. And in terms of your game, Sam and I, we follow this stuff really closely every week. So we know the stats and stuff, but a lot of our listeners won't yet have a real sense of you as a player. What would you tell them your main strengths are, and have they changed at all since your younger days?
I think just my irons in general, I'm very good I'm very precise with my distance. I'm normally pin high pretty much all the time. I'm good finding the ball. I can hit it low, high, can take spin out of it. And I think my strength is definitely my ball striking with my long irons and short irons and wedges. I'm pretty good with that. And obviously my driver has gotten better. I'm giving myself more chances from the fairway to perform good with my irons and wedges. And then my putter is obviously got better every single day since I hired a new putting coach. I've become a very good putter when I was a very average putter, and that's what the great scores and great results are coming. But I think if you need to pick, and if you ask the players what will you say Chacarra's strength is, I'm pretty sure they will say my wedges and my irons, and my long irons is my how I always in position with them, and how I always I'm pretty much always good distance and pin high, and I can like flight it down, flight it higher, and kind of move the ball out with my irons.
And how long's the long putter been in the bag? Has that been since college or?
It's been since my second year of college, so it's been
Right.
6, 7 years now. It's something that I actually love. I start the bowling line from 10 feet to the hole way more often. I can play with a short putter, I'm fine with it. But if you go through stats, or when I'm here back home and I use a short one or whatever, like if I put 20 balls, I start the bowling line 18 times with the broomstick, while with the short one I probably started 12 times, so it's just more matter of confidence. And then the long putting, for whatever reason, for me with the broomstick, with my speed, I don't struggle to get it. That's what people normally struggle more with. I'm pretty good with it. And I don't know if because my grandpa had a broomstick and I watched him up and I got his putter when I was little and all that stuff, but it just feels natural. And yeah, it's been good for me.
And before we go into our little trivia section at the end, Eugenio, just to wrap up, are there any events that you're particularly looking forward to for the remainder of this year? I mean, obviously the Spanish Open is coming up in a couple of months. You got Wentworth is not that far away. What are you looking forward to?
Yeah, I mean, I think Denmark the next week. I'm looking for it. I feel like I heard it's a great course this year, and I think the fans last year were amazing out there. We got a lot of fans and stuff. So obviously, this is the first one I have, so I have that mindset on me. But I think right now, I mean, the back nine events, what the DP World Tour call it, every event's amazing. Like obviously, I'm as a Trump ambassador. I'm very very excited to go back to next show to the Trump course. I think it's a tremendous test of golf. Obviously, hopefully, it's not as windy as last year. That was almost unplayable, but it's a tremendous view, tremendous course. And then we're going also to the Irish Open in a Trump course. So I'm excited to see those two courses. Normally, Trump courses are in a great shape and amazing courses. And like you said, I mean, you have Spanish Open, we have Wentworth, we have the finals in Abu Dhabi and Dubai. I mean, with their tremendous courses and good city and it's good weather. So I think we have the best events coming out right now. So I'm just excited to be able to compete and grateful to the opportunity that I have to play the golf game as a living. That it's something very unique and something that I bet everyone wants it. And I'm very lucky enough to be able to do it, and something that I'm thankful for.
Okay, right. I'm going to take us in with a little theme tune to our last section, Eugenio.
Let's do it.
It's the highest bidder. It's the highest bidder. It's the highest bidder. It's the highest bidder.
Okay, we're going to test your trivia, Eugenio. So this is it's you against yourself, okay? We're going to ask you to give us a bid, okay? So the topic is this, right? We believe, I've done some research. I believe there's been 13 players who have attended Oklahoma State who have won on the PGA Tour since 2000. So this century, I'm not going back into, the 70s because that's going to be too hard. But this century, 13 players who have attended Oklahoma State and have won on the PGA Tour. How many do you think you can name first? Give us a number.
I think I can name probably 8.
Oh, that's high.
Okay. That's
8 of 13 for this. Looking at these names, I'll be well impressed. So good luck. Go for it.
All right. I'm going to go Matthew Wolff, Ricky Fowler.
Yep.
Charles Howell III.
Yep.
I'm going to go Victor Hovland.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Halfway there.
Boban Pelt or Scott Beplen, probably. They both won. That's 6. Who else has won on the PGA Tour? Wyndham Clark,
Yes.
obviously.
Hmm.
That's 7. Austin Eckroth, that's 8.
Yeah. Yep. That's you're right. Are you still going though? You got more in the tank.
Yeah, I mean, I need to think who's also won on the PGA Tour.
There was
Seems
someone
to-
that you mentioned earlier on, Eugenio.
Yeah, Taylor Gooch has won on the PGA Tour.
Yes. Yep. There you go.
That's 9. Who else I can get? Let's see. I should be able to get more. Let's see. Kev Tway has not won, I think.
Yes, though he has.
He
He
has,
has. I'll give you that.
he has
He did.
won,
He
yeah.
got one win. Yeah.
Yeah, Kev Tway has won. I know his dad Bob won the PGA, but I think that's before that.
No, he's actually had one this century, so you get Bob as well. So yeah.
Bob.
Yep.
yeah.
This is phenomenal.
11.
Phenomenal. There's only 2 left.
2 left
Yeah, I need
for the
to
full
know.
house.
I'm getting a sense from you, Eugenio, that you're quite
Are
competitive.
younger age or older age?
So
They're
we've
both
got
older, I would say.
both,
Like
both
one.
older, but we've got
Yeah.
one who played the Ryder Cup in the last 15 years, and one who was really,
Hunter
really,
Mahan.
yeah, very good. Now the
Yes.
other one, I think, might have only
Hunter-
won the Puerto Rico Open or something like that, the Mayakoba or something. Sam, I don't know if that's right.
Mayakoba, I think it was. if,
Mayakoba, yeah,
memory
he's
serves.
not one of the most famous golfers. A fine golfer though he was.
He's going to be
Yeah, I
deeply
know.
offended.
I think I know who it is. Then the assistant coach actually won 2 on the PGA Tour, the Wells Fargo, but he didn't play at Oklahoma State. Who is? I don't know. I'm missing it. Well, who is it?
It's Michael Bradley.
Michael. Yeah, I knew his name.
You got
Well,
so
look-
close to getting the full house, but you
I-
a really good effort though.
I would
Yeah.
say that's probably the best we've had from one of our guests on Highest Bidder.
Yeah.
Maybe Rasmus Nygaard Peterson was very good as well, wasn't he? So you're,
Yeah,
you're in
he
good
was good.
company.
He'll win soon. Hopefully, we both win soon.
Yes. Well, that wraps things up, Eugenio. So just really thanks so much for coming on and talking to us about your career and everything. We've really enjoyed speaking to you.
Yeah, Ben, Sam, thanks for having me, and anything I can do for you guys, please let me know.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
And to our
Sure.
listeners, we'll be back with another special episode very soon. Thank you for listening.